We're on.
You win some, you lose more.
The time for talking is done. All 18 teams will finally strut their stuff this weekend, with fans cautiously optimistic about their chances in 2025. Some more so than others. Welcome to AFL Today. I'm your host, Alex Donnelly, as we are finally on the precipice of round one of AFL. I am joined for the Midweek Madness show, as always. On my far right, your far left if you are watching along on YouTube, Leo Mullaly up and about because his team are 1-0.
How we doing? I think I should have got you some humble pie.
Why?
True.
I was the only one that tipped Hawthorn.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Maybe I should have got myself some humble pie.
Yeah. Believe in your team more.
Flaghawks.
Oh, we're playing away in Sydney. What do I expect?
Exactly.
Expect more from your team, mate.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I will now.
And a guy who really doesn't expect much from his team these days, it's the little fella. It's Lee McAllion, also known as the Stats Guy. Hello, Stats Guy.
Hello, guys. I don't know about that. North, I might even tip him this week. We'll have a look on the Thursday night show, but you never know. And I would like to see you spell precipice. It's a good word.
No. Yeah. There's an E and a P in there.
Yeah, there's something like that.
We are, of course, brought to you by Tab's AFL Missed by One. If your disposals leg misses by one, Tab will still pay you out as a winner. Download the Tab app today. What are you really gambling with? So, on today's show, as said, it is the Midweek Madness edition here on a Wednesday. So we've got your midweek winner and loser of the week. We've got some SuperCoach vibes, the news ticker, and of course, the Thursday night footy preview. Because Thursday night at the MCG, Carlton and Richmond, technically speaking, open the season of AFL. But before we get into it, make sure you follow AFL Today on X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for more footy content all season long. Make sure you follow that. It's Aussie Rules Today on Facebook. But please make sure when you subscribe on YouTube, hit that notifications bell. So anytime we do any videos, it just pops up on your feed. There's some takes from the other shows, some social clips, and a bit of everything else that we're doing. All right, that's enough of me. Stats Guy, you're the news ticker guy. Let's go.
Oh, there's not that much good news here, but we're starting off. Lincoln McCarthy, he suffers a second ACL injury.
Yeah.
He's an absolute jet for the Brisbane Lions when he's out in the park. It's brutal that you have one ACL injury. Obviously, it's a season ending. Mostly takes 9 months to a year to recover. I think some players have recovered maybe 7-8 months, but he's pretty much out for the whole season. Lincoln McCarthy, he's done. So that's brutal for the Lions. Yeah, I think he's a really important part to this team.
Well, not really, given they won the flag without him.
Yeah,
but he's like underrated.
I think he's underrated. Yeah.
But he's
forward,
but he's like one of those guys that's underrated that's actually correctly rated. He's like, it's a good Link McCarthy game. He's kicked 3 goals and had 12 touches. I'm like, Link McCarthy's
I really like him, so I'm sad for him.
It is sad. He's 31 years old. So
that's
he might be done.
It's back-to-back ACLs because he injured it last.
Yeah, he did against Gold Coast.
It sucks to see because someone who, as we mentioned, rated, underrated, whatever you want to call it.
Or he's apparently rated.
He plays his role to perfection and probably deserved to be a part of that premiership team this year.
But it's like the same as Tom Duday last year, who was ready to come back and did his ACL dead set the Thursday before he was meant to play his first game for Brisbane. So Duday's been in Brisbane for 15, 16 months. Still hasn't got out in the park for him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had a lot of...
He's had more cyclones than games.
Yeah.
Hey, bang. There we go.
It's not bang, it's just a fact.
No, that was actually good.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, well done. Next one in the news ticker. Essendon re-sign the great Brad Scott till 2027. Alex, I'll let you come in from the long run on this one. What the hell?
Why are we rewarding mediocrity? Why? Honestly. He has failed to make finals in his 2 seasons so far. He was contracted till the end of next year. Why are we giving him the extra trigger option? Why not just wait until round 10 or 12? Because if Essendon all of a sudden are 2-8, you're like, we've got to pay this guy for another couple of years. If they're 8-2, you look like geniuses. If they're 5-5, it's like, probably shouldn't have done it. I don't understand why.
Yeah, if they're fighting for finals or make finals, then you go, all right, this makes sense. If they're bottom 6 and you just re-sign a coach for bottom 6, like you said, mediocrity and things like that, that's just not good enough.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Sure. That's a part of the show.
So is it an extra year onto his contract?
Which isn't that long, yeah.
I feel like Essendon in recent years haven't had that stability with the coach. At least this gives him one more year, a bit more time.
Next year.
I know, but I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. That's what I like to do here.
Yeah, no, you're right. But how do you honestly feel about it?
To be honest, I think I kind of agree with the Devil's position.
As usual.
Leo, known devil guy.
Big hell
Leo
guy.
He did overperform with the North list. Like, he got you to 2 prelims.
No, he was a good coach for us,
And
but I don't think he suits us.
I don't know. Yes and no. Like, I think he can get the best out of the list.
There's not much there.
Yeah, I just don't think the list is that good. And I think giving him that extra year maybe gives him a bit more time to get the list right, overperform with.
So I have a good friend of mine who texted me last night when I did a video about this on socials. He's like, everything that Essendon have been doing since he came in is about building to the future. I'm like, that's great.
They don't say that.
What about the now? Where if you're consistently building to a future that never comes, what are you doing?
Yeah. They also say that after they bottle like being second in round 17.
That was my thing. It was like the last 2 seasons, they have had chances to play finals footy. Like last year, they got gifted the double West Coast, double North Melbourne.
Both years, they should have played finals.
And still haven't managed to play finals. If they manage to not do that again this year, I'm not sure because we've heard also Jake Stringer's comments coming out saying he was taken aback by how hard they trained at the Giants. Is that a thing about how hard they train at Essendon?
I think it's more about Jake Stringer.
That's also
I don't
probably
trust
a bit
Jake.
of
I
that.
think that's just because he didn't really train that
He
hard.
probably doesn't even know where Essendon's headquarters are.
He just rocked up to the Marvel Stadium.
Rocked up the Marvel.
It's the hanger.
There we go. Next on the news, some more positive news. Sam Walsh is good to go for the Blues. Blues fans are like, thank God, we got Cripper, we got Walsh on the field at the same time.
It's nice that you've dressed in occasion of this.
Yeah, for the Blues.
You got the shorts on
Yeah,
as well?
blue.
Stand up and show the audience.
No, we don't.
Please
They don't
don't.
see my pins. But yeah, awesome effort from Sam Walsh getting out in the park, and the Blues will be very happy.
Why are you rushing him back for Richmond?
Oh, it doesn't sound like they're rushing him back, I guess.
Well, they're not rushing Kerner. I read that
Yeah.
he's back in full training and they're just resting him for the extra
he's probably
week.
like, oh, let me play. I'll kick 10 goals against
This will
Richmond.
seal the Coleman for me.
yeah. So he'll be filthy with that.
Yep.
Talking about Richmond, they've got 3 debutants this week. So you got Lawler, who everyone's really excited about. Luke Traynor in defence, who looked pretty solid. Well, not against Collingwood, but he has looked pretty solid in pre-season. And then Armstrong, who I don't know as much
He's
about,
the
but
key
he's a small
forward.
Oh, key forward, sorry.
Stats,
I
man.
knew that was a small
We
forward.
did the draft live stream.
Oh, that was a
We were
lot.
up and about.
Well, where we?
I tell you what, it's one thing that Richmond need is a tall dude in their forward line
Yeah.
that isn't Tom Lynch.
Yeah, true.
If Tom Lynch plays, I think that'll also obviously help him because he's not the only one down there. So
Yep.
that's good for him. For Richmond. And then for North, my beloved North, Foss, which is Finn O'Sullivan. He's set to debut. He looked awesome in preseason. Another midfielder, which we don't really need, but
hang
he
on.
looks really good.
How are you more excited about Sam Walsh playing for the Blues? When you said Sam Walsh, you're up and about,
I was
ready
trying to
to
get
go.
up and about. I was trying not to be biased.
You
I'm
got-
very excited.
You got
about
your
Finn
top 2 pick debuting for North, and
That's
it's,
true.
we shouldn't have taken him in the draft.
Well, that's part of me because we've got too many midfielders and there's
He'll play a bit
He'll
of
play forward, I think, a little bit as well. They
Yeah.
were talking about during the week. So I'm very excited to see him play though, because he will be a really good addition for us.
And Tyler Adams is out for 3 to 4 weeks with a hammy. We didn't have that down, but I
Oh,
did that.
I feel like
We could have that every week.
every Wednesday.
Literally-
another 3 or 4 weeks.
Did I not say that last year?
His poor hamstrings. They're just non-existent anymore.
Good on him for starting. He's got his like side business going already. Like
Is
he's
it
in
in finance?
financial
Yeah.
development. Like good because you'll get that bag.
but,
Go
yeah.
get that finance.
I was
bag,
going to say
Taylor
he's
Adams.
bored not playing footy, but that sounds pretty
He has to
boring,
work a
so.
9 to 5 now. In the next
Yeah,
3
imagine
to 4
he's in the
weeks.
office.
Imagine that he's in a suit with a bad hammy. Not a lot of stretch
Or like
room.
30 degree weather, humid.
Well, maybe he's in those suit shorts. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but
Oh, like
let's
Pat,
play-
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, like LeBron wears the old suit shorts and a few. It's an American
There you
style.
go.
But,
Taylor Adams is LeBron.
yeah.
Heard it here
in the
first.
financial one, he's the goat of
Here
the financial.
He's going to play with his son.
Yep. All right, I think that's enough for the news ticker. Is that everything?
Yeah.
Anything else? No. All good.
We're good.
Yep.
Go on, Stats Guy, lead on.
Are we going again for the next segment?
Yeah.
We're going again.
I'm going again. All right. The midweek winner and loser of the week. So we've got a couple here. I just wrote down anything that popped into my head. It's very similar to the news ticker, but winners. Winners, we're starting off with footy fans. Every team is playing this week, so you get to support your team. The week leading up to the first round is really good this week because last week I couldn't get as
Felt like a
excited.
pracky game.
What were your thoughts on that? You couldn't get as excited. I know your team was
Leo
playing.
was thrilled.
Well, I
Sorry.
sort of think we have 4 points. I thought it was the old Amy Community Series, whatever they call it.
I heard someone ring up on the radio yesterday saying, "Oh, I thought that was a pracky game." And then they said they looked at the ladder.
Imagine you're watching that as like a Hawthorn fan and you're like, you're happy, but you're not too happy because
Yeah.
you think it's like a pracky game. And then you realize you get the 4 points.
Yeah,
How
and
good.
Collingwood are still top 4 even though they lost. So.
Yeah, that doesn't
Collingwood
make
are
sense.
technically last, so that's good news for
Technically.
non-Collingwood
But
fans.
anyway, that's a win for fans.
So the best news out of it is from 7:30 on Thursday night,
Yep.
Australian Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time, when the ball gets bounced,
Mm-hmm.
we have footy from 7:30 all the way through till about 9 o'clock on Sunday night.
yes,
That's pretty good.
That's so good.
Pretty
I'll get to
good.
the loser after this, but continue.
Yes. Next one in the winners, I think Leo mentioned this. Draftees playing this weekend. As I mentioned, Finn O'Sullivan. There's a few for Richmond. And fans getting to see their new players. Like a lot of people go, I don't know. Like most people don't follow them through the junior ranks or things like that. So you get to see your new players. Are you excited for any players, Leo?
Well, also Jack Silvani's back, I read.
Oh, no.
Yes. What do you mean, oh, no?
That's not exciting.
It's exciting for some people.
Who?
The Silvanis.
Oh, yeah, he's crap.
I wonder what Joe thinks of this.
Who?
Isn't that his mum? Or have I just made that up?
Maybe. I don't
so.
know, Jackson. I'm not that on a personal level yet.
Oh, okay, I'm not either.
Any draftees you're excited to see?
Draftees.
Harvey Langford, I know, Alex.
Probably
big
Foss.
Harvey Langford guy.
Yeah, he's got to play. He'll play, right?
Yeah, he'll play for the D's. No way, he doesn't play.
Nah, Foss.
Foss,
Because
yeah.
I'm going to the North game, so might even get, what is he, number 2
I'll be there.
on the back?
Actually, I'm looking forward to seeing Isaac Kako on Friday night.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going,
of course.
we're
actually-
going to the G.
That's actually kind of rattled me now.
Yeah.
Kako
Load
could
up
kick
on
like
Kako.
4.
Yeah, Kako. I'm clearly not an Essendon fan, but I'm very excited to see how Nate Caddy and Isaac
Caddy
Kako
and
go this
Kako
year.
are literally the only 2 things I like about Essendon.
Yeah.
And that Gerald likes Kako as well, so that's pretty cool. Behind the producer.
Gerald, notorious hater, doesn't like a lot of things. Producer Gerald.
He likes it. Losers.
Yeah.
Do you want to go on the losers? You like to be more negative than me. Sorry, I threw you under the bus.
Yeah, the losers quite clearly opening round. Like, I enjoyed it because there's footy. You know what I like? Footy. You know what I want to see of? More footy.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
only
want,
2 games.
Yeah, like,
we had a public holiday on Monday.
I was sitting around on Saturday going, geez, it'd be good to watch a game of
Yep.
footy right about now.
Yep.
That was a Cyclone problem.
Yeah, but I want to watch footy, Stats Guy.
Should we have just played in the Cyclone?
Yes.
No, I reckon just get some like VFL on. I'll watch that.
VFL
VFL?
doesn't start for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they should have just brought it early. Who cares about the VFL? Like, I mean, I care enough to watch it,
You
but
just said you cared about it.
not enough to like care like when they play.
Fair enough.
So losers, clubs are getting audited over the salary cap. Finally, Geelong are getting looked at, which I think every footy fan that isn't a Geelong fan is like, yes, finally. Like, nothing will probably come of it, let's be honest. The AFL looks at 2 clubs every year and audits 2 clubs every year. So this is a normal thing. This isn't
Okay.
unusual. It's just that it's finally Geelong are getting looked at. So maybe they look into third-party deals and things like that because obviously there's been some rumours and allegations about a Joel Selwood thing. Obviously we had the Chris Scott with his mentorship program, which he was getting paid $100,000 for, but also Damien Hardwick's partner, employed by the Gold Coast Suns. That was ticked off by the AFL as well. It wasn't just for Dimmer getting more money.
Yeah, it happens around the club. Around the AFL, like little payments like that.
Like Errol's
But
mum works for the Swans.
Oh,
Really?
Oh, yeah.
She's been there
That's
for like
right.
15 years.
What
That's
does
cool.
she do?
That's how we got drafted.
I think she's in the development program.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
do they just go to work together? Because you said he lives
Yeah,
at home. That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Errol's sister's in the VFL team.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Just a family affair.
Errol probably doesn't have a car or pay for petrol. He's on like a ridiculously good contract. Doesn't pay rent. He's just like you, Stats Guy.
Yeah,
except
me and Errol are
way more
so
talented.
alike. I just don't play footy.
Who's
so it would be
taller?
fair. Who's taller? Definitely Errol.
He's not
Mate,
the biggest.
if he's playing AFL and dominating,
He's like small. He's a small little
He-
guy.
he-
Google him
he's a
again.
little fella.
Oh, what the
175.
hell?
What are you?
173.
He's taller than you.
I could still take him.
No, you couldn't.
In I don't know.
In the loading the dishwasher
PlayStation
competition.
FIFA.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a big. I'd be disappointed this morning. He's a big
He
Liverpool
is.
guy.
Yes. Ollie
yeah.
Florent told us that.
Yes, he
didn't
did.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe he'll just be going over to Fenerbahce
He likes
in the
Fenerbahce.
Turkey League.
Yeah, there we go.
I think that's it for losers this week.
Yeah, that's enough losers.
Errol supporting Liverpool.
Yeah, that's a loser. Yeah.
Well, for today.
Yeah.
Just for today.
All right, we're going to take a short break, and after this, we'll come back and do the Thursday night footy preview.
Tonight's game's going to be epic.
Missed by one on the AFL? With Tab, you can stay in the game. Miss by one on any disposals leg, and Tab will still pay you out as a winner. Tab, we're on.
Imagine what you could be buying instead.
Welcome back to AFL Today. Of course, it is Thursday night footy preview. Stats Guy. We are, of course, brought to you by Tabs. AFL missed by one. If your disposals leg misses by one, Tab will still pay you out as a winner. Download the Tab app today. What are you really gambling with? So, traditional opening start to the season. Richmond and Carlton at the MCG Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Carlton are $1.05 and Richmond are $10.
Oh.
Hit me with it, Stats Guy.
Yeah, I'm just excited that Thursday night footy's back to start with. Like that's just awesome. It's going to be for the most of the year. The odds, look, Richmond looked so bad in preseason. They ended the year, I think they've lost 10 straight matches, Richmond. I just had a look, which is not ideal. And then you put the preseason into that, they've probably lost about 12 or 13 straight matches. Even the match sim against each other, I'm going to count that as a loss. They just didn't look good. The Tigers' injuries, at least they've got Sammy Lawler in and things like that, but they've got a lot of injuries. Tom Lynch is coming back from injury, but you don't know what you're going to get from him. So the odds are definitely favoured into Carlton's favour, and I think that's fair enough.
They're $1.05 for a
$1.05,
reason.
yeah, exactly.
Quick thoughts and vibes on this game. So the over-unders 178.5 as we're recording this on Wednesday morning just before lunchtime. I'm hitting the over because, well, Carlton could genuinely hit the over themselves. Like, we saw Collingwood, what do they kick, 19 goals, 1 or something against Richmond for a period of time in that practice match. We then saw Collingwood get dominated by GWS. I think Carlton are a much better side than Collingwood. I know there's no Charlie Curnow, but you've still got Harry down there. You've still got these midfielders that can run forward and kick some goals. I know it's the opening game of the season, in inverted commas, but Carlton have a chance to really hit the ground running.
Oh, yeah, they probably should. Like, how many goals is Harry Mackay going to kick, do we think? He should kick at least 4.
If he's on early, he should kick 4, 5, 6.
But he could kick about 3 out in the 4, 3 behinds. He did improve his goal kicking last year.
Yeah, that is the thing about Carlton without Charlie Curnow. They're still tiny question marks. They're still going to be good enough to win this game quite easily. But if Carlton are as good as what people sort of want them to believe, yes, it's the first game of the season. You still want to put your foot to the throat of Richmond and smash them.
Yeah. Can we say full Harry this year? Because we've got no full Joe.
Nah, it's not full Harry. Full hippie.
Oh, yeah, we're going
hippie.
Eric Input. All right,
Yeah, full hippie.
Don't mind that. I know you're not going to agree with me on this one because you're saying Carlton are going to absolutely demolish them, but I'm going Richmond at the line. Plus 49.5, which is obviously very, very high, but Richmond haven't looked too good. $1.90, I really like it. Blues have failed to cover the line in their last 6 matches as favourites. So the last round 1 last year was only 5 points, even when Richmond were pretty bad too. They only beat Sydney and things like that. I keep bringing that up, but
it's all right.
That's all right. But genuinely, the Blues, when they play against a lesser team, they go to that level of the opposition. They beat they beat Richmond by a lot towards the end of last year. But the first game of the season, I think it's going to be a lot closer. I reckon this could be like 30 to 40 points. 49.5. The Blues just, I don't know, they're not all there sometimes at the start of the season.
Yeah, well, we did see Carlton literally struggle to beat Richmond in this exact game last year when half of Richmond's team went down with an injury too. So,
yes, that's right. Yeah,
but this Richmond team is just so much worse.
Yeah, it's not great, but I genuinely think Richmond can cover that line.
All right, give us your bet, Stats Guy.
Yeah, I'm going to go a player pick here. You got to go Cripper. Cripper is the glue to this Carlton team. Oh, Lockie Fogarty, if you watched that show last week. One of those two are the glue to the Carlton team. Patrick Cripps, 30 plus disposals, and I think he's going to kick a goal at $2.70. 8 of the last 10 times he's played Richmond, he's got 30 plus disposals. I think he's going to absolutely dominate. Just very inexperienced other than the likes of Taranto, Hopper, but even them, I think Cripps can barge through them and then kick a goal. I think he's going to rest forward. He's so much bigger than a lot of the Richmond players, so kick a goal as well. $2.70 with Tab is awesome odds.
Imagine what you could be buying instead.
All right, tips and a point margin for this game. Carlton by 73 points.
Oh, what do you reckon, Leo? What are your thoughts?
I think Carlton can't put Richmond away here. I reckon it is going to be a scrappy game and it's going to be a bit of an ugly game to watch, as I think these games typically are. I don't know why, coming off preseason, sometimes they can be.
Yep.
3 to 4 goals, Carlton.
Yeah.
3 to 4 goals, that's it. I'm going to say 39 points, just under the 40 plus.
So can we actually go back to that with what you said, Leo, so about how this will probably be a scrappy game?
It can
be,
yeah.
We had people talking about over the weekend about, how opening round was a bit of a dud for obvious reasons. And then you hear people in the media go, you want to see the first game at the MCG. What are your memories of Carlton and Richmond going out? And someone's like, when Ben Cousins tore his hammy. Something that happened 15 years ago is your one memory of this much hallowed tradition. What are we talking about? Like, come on. Like, if this is a scrappy game again, I understand that they do this every year. We can push it to the side and start off the season another way and just have opening round, do all 9 games.
Yeah, look, I don't mind that. And I remember the game 2 years ago where it was a draw. I went to it.
That was so bad.
Probably one of the most ugliest games of football
They
I've
forgot how to
watched.
play footy that game.
It was hilarious.
But it was like well-deserved draw because no one deserved to win. It was just great. Yeah.
So yeah, I was in my winners and losers. I completely spaced on that, but you made me remember.
That's
it by
what I
saying this scrappy
do.
game.
That's just what I do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what I do. All right, let's get into SuperCoach vibe. So obviously we've seen a week of some players. So this is good because my beloved Beef Sheldrick, he let us down last week.
It's just 1 week though.
I love my beef slow cooked. So
yeah, he said that 3 times.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to keep rolling with it. It's so
I
good.
feel like beef now.
Gerald's getting flashbacks, producer Gerald, to Sunday night where Alex is just pulling out cliche after cliche.
But, dad joke
after
Frosty
dad
was thawing out.
That was a good one. I like that one.
Thank you.
It's because you two should just be dads already with the amount of dads.
What I didn't like though was the Frosty slander. And I will address it after this show.
All right, we're going to fight?
Yeah.
I know you'd beat me up. Verbal fight.
Okay.
Oh, that's the usual fight.
So yeah, Sheldrick may be out of my team this week. I was rolling with no Nick Dacos preseason. I have gone very stupidly strategic with mine. I'm not having Cherry to start my season.
If you want to lose every week, then
yeah.
that's all good.
Have you got Gorn?
No.
Oh!
TDK.
I don't
Who's your
mind
other
TDK.
ruck then?
I'm rolling with TDK and Flynn because I've
Really?
beefed up my midfield.
Without beef.
Interesting.
Without beef. Cripps,
Okay.
Brayshaw, Dawson, Day, Oliver, O'Sullivan, O'Driscoll, Sardis, and then my benches.
He's got a very, very different team.
Layla, Ashcroft, Kako.
I don't mind it.
I'm
I've got
galaxy
Flynn
brain.
in the flex though. Who's your flex?
Erasmus.
Oh, I don't think he's
I
going
don't
to
know if
play.
he's
I'm good. There's changes still to
There's
be
going to
made.
be some workaround
I
going
have
on.
58,000 left in salary cap.
Yeah,
but my
nice.
must-have this week, which I may end up doing, is Gornicus up against the GWS team with no Briggsy.
Oh, actually, I didn't even consider that. That is a great captain option.
I wish you could put like a little bit of your own money in just for some players because I need a sneaky like 50.
Are you all right, mate? You got a bit of
Spend
a problem?
$100.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, I think Matty Roberts is a must-have for the Swans as well. I know they've got the early bye, but he's rebound off halfback last week. He showed that he's going to be the main distributor for them. And if you haven't got Patton, his break-even's like already negative.
Yeah, I don't mind Patton.
Yeah, I've got both Roberts and Patton. I wanted to see Roberts' role a bit more on Friday, and I brought him in.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. Anyone else, Leo? I can't believe he's going to say this.
Well, I don't have him in my team now, but I'm floating the idea. I'm floating the idea of some LDU.
Okay.
I don't
I like
really
LDU, I know
rate
you
him
don't.
that highly as a footballer, but he does score SuperCoach points.
Okay.
He does do it, and every
Yep.
time he sort of like goes a little bit down in SuperCoach, his fantasy is high. So he's always going to get the footy. He's always going to he's the main man for North. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
of course.
North they've got players there, but he's the main guy. At the moment, though, I'm sticking with Neil over
That's
him.
what I was
Yeah.
about
It's
to
just
say.
a little bit of the debate going on up in my noggin, but
There's a lot of debating going in that
yeah,
noggin.
find some demons up here.
Yeah, because
Big hell guy, Leo Mullaly.
What's a demon and devil chat?
Demon, devil, yep.
Yeah, there
love
we go.
it.
I was literally about to talk about Lockie Neal as well. I didn't know who to bring in instead of Dacos. There's just not that many high-end options that I really want. So I got Sarong, got Day as that sort of mid to high price. But yeah, Lockie Neal, underrated. He averaged 120 last season. He averages 120 most seasons.
Yep.
I know he's getting a bit older, but he's going to kill it again this season. So Lockie Neal.
It's the early bye that kills me about Brisbane players.
Do
Oh, no, they don't. They got
have
their
it
rescheduled.
anymore,
It's Gold Coast.
That's why I kept Holmes for
Yeah,
Geelong.
Gold Coast and Essendon still get the bye. Anyway, that will do us today for AFL Today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure you subscribe to the AFL Today channel on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on X, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for more footy content all season long. If you agree with Brad Scott's contract renewal, come yell at me in the comments. I've put it up on our social media channels as well. And make sure you subscribe and start all of our shows on your podcast app. So Cricket Today, Champions Trophy just wrapped up. I love that India won a tournament that was hosted by Pakistan by not playing in Pakistan.
And they didn't travel at all. Yep.
Real
Classic.
genius work there from the BCCI.
Oh.
Of course, AFLW today. Hold all tickets for your horse racing. Autumn Racing Carnival really heating up as well. And of course, True Bloods, if you are a Sydney Swans fan, get on board with that. The True Bloods boys in here every Tuesday night pumping out the content. It's all online right now. Thank you to Leo.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Stats Guy.
Thank you.
And of course, producer Gerald behind the camera doing some great work as per usual. Of course, thank you to our sponsors, Tab, and their AFL's missed by one. If your disposals leg misses by one, Tab will still pay you out as a winner. Download the Tab app today. All right, Thursday night, of course, is the team show hosted by the Stats Guy.
Let's
Leo will
go.
be here. Marcus Bazzano in the chair as well. We'll also be introducing a new segment. I'm just going to make up the name right now. The name will be changed just from the newsroom with Jess, because we'll have Jess from upstairs at Code Sports. She will come down and give us some breaking news about some of the debutants and everything else. But that is all coming your way Thursday on the AFL Today Show.
Tonight's game's going to be epic.
Missed by one on the AFL? With Tab, you can stay in the game. Miss by one on any disposals leg, and Tab will still pay you out as a winner. Tab, we're on.
Imagine what you could be buying instead.